So today on Mackey Tech, we're going to be dual booting Windows 11 Pro and System76's PopOS on this Minisforum 890 UM890 Elite Pro. And we're going to do a quick unboxing of it. I know it's already unboxed, but you'll see me unbox it, which is quite fascinating, I assure you. And then we're going to install this 500 gigabyte NVMe drive, SSD, and we're going to put PopOS on that drive. So let's go ahead and do that, and we'll see you back in a second. Okay, so we have the Minisforum Elite Mini UM890 Pro from Amazon. So let's open this baby up, take a look at what's inside the box, review the specs, and see what else we have. Okay, here's the mini PC. We have our appendix, more warning labels, HDMI cord, and our power adapter. This is 70 watts, and this looks like, oh, I know what this is. This is the Oculink adapter. That's a PCIe 4.0 x 4. So that is a welcome addition. And then we have our VESA mount, which I don't know if I'm going to use this just yet. I got the AMD Ryzen 9. We have two USB 3.2 ports, USB-C. We have our audio out right here, and we have an activity light, and they're on the back. This is where it gets very interesting. We have dual 2.5 gigabit LANs. We have our 18 volt power supply, Oculink adapter, HDMI port, display port, and another USB 4. And two more USB 2.0s, or excuse me, two more USB 3.2s. And the kind of thing I like about this is that everything is very accessible. Okay, so in order to get to the NVMe drive that's already in there, as well as the vacant one we have, we're going to take out these 4 screws, and then we're going to lift off this cover. Here's the existing NVMe that's in here, the 1 terabyte. Here's our RAM. Here is our CMOS battery. So we'll take this baby out. All right, well, they sent us an NVMe drive and didn't give us a screwed in. That's nice. Luckily, I have one of these guys. I see if I have anything that will fit that. Alright, so I had to order some NVMe screws here that I got from Amazon because Crucial couldn't be bothered to include one with my NVMe drive. So these little guys here, and it comes with a little screw. All right, now we're going to reconnect our fan. All right, I am never disconnecting that fan again. Holy cow. These screws in. Okay, that is on. So now we'll pop this baby back on. And we already have our PopOS ISO on this USB drive that I used for, I used Balena Etcher to get it on. So let's go ahead and power this baby back on. And we're going to go into our BIOS and tell the BIOS to boot off of the NVMe that we just installed. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so here we are in the Minus Forum BIOS. All right, let's go into setup just to see what we got. So obviously we're going to go into our boot preferences. Quiet boot on, that's fine. And here is our first boot option, NVMe Windows Boot Manager. So that is where my Windows is on. What we're going to do is we're going to use the USB device as our first boot option because we want to go ahead and install Linux and save and exit. Alright, so let's see if it'll boot into the USB disk that I have in there. Okay, so the disk we used yesterday, this USB one, is dead. We had that error message come up. I tried to format it a bunch of different times, tried to write a new partition table, and it just kept on erroring out. So I put a new one in there, so we're going to use that one. And another thing I saw is that you need to set a couple different things up. So I'm going to go over to security and we're going to go over to secure boot, and the default on the secure boot was enabled, and so we have to disable that when we're installing PopOS on here. I don't know if that's going forward, if we have to leave that off, but we will try it and see what happens. And for my boot options, I'm going to leave boot option as USB UEFI, and that's my USB disk. That is 14 gigabytes, I think. And so we're going to go ahead and boot off of that. And then once we're in the OS, we will install it to the 500 gigabyte NVMe drive. So let's go ahead and get started. And so here it says try or install OS, and I'll say yes, and we'll let it do its thing. Okay, so here we are in PopOS. We booted up with no issues, and it is greeting us with an install prompt. And up on the top it says that we have a couple of updates to install, which is fine. First, we're going to go ahead and install this. So I'm going to go ahead and click on English up here, and go to select, and we want the English style keyboard. That's fine. Erase everything and install a fresh copy. I'm going to go with this one and go to clean install. And here is the 500 gigabyte one that we put in. It is a Crucial. I had formatted it in Windows a little while ago, but that's the Crucial drive right there. So I'll click on erase and install. And not very strong, but I'm the only one using it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to encrypt anything. So now it is installing, and this is installing to an NVMe drive, so it should be pretty quick. Okay, so that was pretty quick. So I'm going to restart. And we're going to jump into the BIOS again, and we'll go into boot options, and we want to use PopOS version 22.04 long time support. And I know this is the right drive because it's a Crucial 500 gigabyte, and I know this is the model number P310 blah blah blah. So we'll click that and say okay. Okay, so it looks like that when I disabled the BitLocker, it got mad and I had to enter a BitLocker key, and now it seems to be working. So I will click on this, my password, and we are good to go. Let's go ahead and peruse a little bit. So down here we have our taskbar, or as they call it, I think the dash bar. Let's go ahead and open up our settings, and we have functionality to enable our Wi-Fi, which we've already done. Bluetooth, we can look at our desktop settings in terms of setting up backgrounds. We have power mode, so we can choose whether or not we want performance or balanced or power saver. And then we have our notifications, and we have our printer setup. If we go back to desktop, and here we have a couple of other options. We can change the wallpaper. We can make this dock down here bigger if we want to. Right now it's on medium. If I go to small, or I can go to large and make it nice and big. either way, or I can make a custom size. I can change it on the bottom of the desktop. Right now it's on the bottom. I can make it on the left side or on the right side. I'm going to leave it on the bottom. And then we have workspaces, and that is analogous to having multiple desktops. And I do have 2 screens on here, but I'm only recording one. But I can have multiple desktops on multiple screens, just like in Mac or in Windows, which is very handy. If I step back a little bit, I can go to online accounts and I can link my Google, my Nextcloud, my Microsoft Exchange if I happen to have one. And then if we click on Show Applications, these are the ones that we have installed right now. I just installed OBS Studio, which is how I'm doing this recording. And we have other utilities on the bottom here. We have our Office, which is our LibreOffice, our system settings, our utilities. And then in the bottom back on the taskbar, we have Pop Shop, which is our PopOS applications. And we can download Steam. We can get Stack on here. We can put Lutrius on, which I probably will at some point, so I can test this out with respect to gaming. And then another interesting thing I saw is if we have what's called Repo Man, and this is a way if we want to modify any type of repos or repositories, that is. And so from here, I want to show you that the boot menu works, because as I mentioned, this was a dual boot setup. So let's go ahead and make sure that the dual boot functionality works, and I can restart this and jump back into Windows whenever I need to. Okay, so we are rebooting PopOS right now, or rebooting the computer rather, and we're going to wait for a prompt for the boot menu, and I am hitting F7 on my keyboard. And there is the bootloader. So here is the 500 gigabyte PopOS boot drive, and here is the Windows Boot Manager. So let's go ahead and click on Windows Boot Manager, and there we are. We're back in Windows. And so that is how we are going to get PopOS on a computer dual booted with 2 different NVMe drives. You want to make sure that the secure boot is disabled when you are booting into PopOS. I'm not sure if that's true with other Linux distros, but that's how it works here. Thank you again for watching. If you are not subscribed to Mackey Tech, please make sure that you do so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And as I mentioned in my last video, I am on Patreon starting April 1st. So if you want to support me in what I do, please consider contributing. Also, make sure you leave me any comments, any constructive feedback in the comments, and we will talk to you again very soon.